Why is Albert Suarez so good? What happened to make him a Cy Young candidate? No, I'm kidding. But still, why is Albert Suarez one of the best guys in our rotation? In this episode of Ewok's Evaluations, or Ewok's Evals for short, we're going to look at Albert Suarez. So, for those of you who don't know Albert Suarez, he had his last time he pitched in the majors was 2017. He's from Venezuela. He was 2016, 2017, and then he went and played Korean ball. Hispanic League. He's been a journeyman, but now he made the roster for the 2024 Orioles, and he got called up, and he is one of the best pitchers. We're 2-0 with him. He's only given up, I don't think he's given up a single run. But today we're going to have a deep dive. We're going to get into a deep dive of how Albert Suarez is managing to be very, very good. If you look here, he doesn't have a single earned run. So the first thing I did was I wanted to see his last start. So I went into Baseball Reference. That's where I'm at right now. And I went back to 2016. In 2017, he was used as a reliever. So I found out that his last start was on September 23rd of 2016. So in this game, he ended up losing 7-2. He gave, 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, only 1 strikeout, and had an ERA of 4.29. And then I also wanted to know what his last appearance was, so I headed to 2017, right before he joined the Orioles, and you can see he was a reliever with the Giants. Oh boy. He was a reliever with the Giants on September 26th was his last game. He lost 11-4. He had 1.2 innings of work, and he had a 5.12 ERA, which is not great. And he had 0 strikeouts in the inning and 2/3 that he had. And then obviously you can see his 2024 pitching game logs. If we head up here, he's pitched in, as of recording, he'll pitch tomorrow against the Athletics, but he's pitching against he pitched against the Twins and the Angels as his first 2 starts. So what I did was I went into Baseball Savant and I put in the date of his last appearance, September 23rd of 2016. He threw 69 pitches on 4 innings. He got shelled the first inning. You can see, we're going to scroll all the way down here. First batter of the game, singles on a line drive. The next batter doubles, and then we'll watch the home run. We'll actually watch the double. We'll watch the double first.
80 total innings and 10 home.
So that was actually a decent pitch. That was actually a decent pitch to Carlos. I don't even know who this guy is. I've never heard of him. So it was a changeup down. He kind of just pulled it, but I kind of got a little bit of the plate there. But, I mean, again, that was a good pitch. So first one was a changeup down. And then the home run was a Will Myers home run when he went back when he was like super good.
With no one out. And Will Myers, the first.
We'll watch it here. And that's just like a hanging curveball, gets most of the zone. Just comes out of the pitcher's hand and gets absolutely demolished. Like, look at where that ball is. That's an awful pitch. Sorry, Albert, but I'm not going to lie. That was not a great pitch. And then you get a single. So the first 4 batters of the game, you have a single, double, home run, and then single, which is not great if you're going to start a ball game here. I went through all the pitches, and there were only whiffs. There were 5 whiffs. And that's only 7% of the pitches that he threw. Yeah, so that's not great. What else? Then I went and checked the pitch chart. I wanted to see what types of pitches that he threw back when he was pitching. So what I saw was a mess. Like, look at this chart right here. Oh, God, don't want to do that. Yeah, so here's the chart. Oh, you can move the chart around. That's good. So there's a lot of four-seam fastballs, and they're not really close together. They're kind of all over the place. There's a lot of sinkers. We'll check the pitch types chart after this. There's a lot of sinkers. The curveballs are in the middle of the zone. I think this was the curveball that was crushed, and it was a hanging curveball, so that makes sense. Change-ups weren't used as much. What does this slider do? Okay, it was a ball. So he only threw like a couple sliders, but the change-ups were like all over the place. They weren't like down. There were sinkers and fastballs right in the middle of the plate, and then everything was away. So like he threw a lot of balls, it looks like. And then I checked the pitch types chart, and that's where I figured out that he threw majorly like four-seam and sinkers. So 33, like more than half of his pitches were fastballs, if that makes sense. We're not off speed. He threw the curveball still like a lot for a curveball. 20% of his pitches were curveballs. Changeup only 9 pitches, and he threw 1 slider. So then that interested me. I was like, okay, I don't think he throws a slider anymore. So I went towards 2017. He threw 31 pitches in an inning and 2/3. Which is, he threw, how many did he throw? 69 pitches in 4 innings. So this is still a lot of pitches for just an inning and 2/3. He had, let's see how many whiffs he had. I think he had 1. I think he had 1 whiff. 2 whiffs, my bad. He had 2 whiffs out of how many pitches? 31 pitches. He had also 12 balls, I believe I counted. No, that's the pitch chart. Hold on. Pitch breakdown. 13 balls. 13 balls on 31 pitches, which is a 41%. That's almost half of his pitches were balls. And that's not good for a major league pitcher. So then I looked at the pitch chart, and I expected to see the same thing that we saw last time. There's a lot of curveballs and changeups down, and there's 1 fastball. So he doesn't throw the fastball anymore, but he throws a lot of sinkers still and throws a lot of curveballs, which is not great. Look at these. There are 3 curveballs right here, and were they all? No, okay. They were just hanging curveballs that they hit, which is not great, again, if you're a major league pitcher. And I can talk bad about him because he's really good now, so I'll talk about how good he is now, and hopefully that'll make up for me saying bad things about him right now. And then I wanted to look at the pitch types chart right here, and you can see 38% sinker curveball, a lot of sinkers and curveballs, only 1 fastball, and two changeups. Maybe his 2 best pitches right here, fastball and changeup. You'll see why that's important and when we go to the first Orioles appearance. The first Orioles appearance was on April 17th against the Twins. He threw 75 pitches on 5 2/3 innings. So that's really good for him. Still a little bit, but yeah. So then let's check the pitch breakdown. 14 whiffs. Insane compared to his one whiff and 5 whiffs back when he was in 2016 and 2017. The balls were still a lot, but he threw a lot of balls. But I mean, he doesn't walk a lot of batters. I've learned only 3 hits. That's really good. Also, 10 of these whiffs I checked were on fastballs, which is insane. Like you're in order to get whiffs, you throw off speed. But if you can get whiffs on your fastball, that's why Albert Suarez changes, because he's throwing more fastballs and he's getting whiffs on them. Next up was the pitch chart. Okay, and this surprised me because I don't see any more sinkers. No more sinker. He introduced a cutter, fewer changeups, and way fewer curveballs. You can see all the changeups are down. There's a couple curveballs here that are mostly down for the most part. But everything, all the fastballs are super high, and that really helps when you're a fastball changeup pitcher. And then, okay, so this is probably his best appearance, if I had to guess. What does Baseball Reference have to say? 4 hits, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. Yeah, I would take the strikeout over the hit. Like, I mean, it's about the same. He did throw more pitches. He threw 89 pitches on 5 2/3, but he looked better in this game compared to the first game. He threw 89 pitches, like I said. Let's see how many whiffs he had. I think it was either 16 or 17. Okay, so 16 whiffs. 8 were on the fastball, so about 50% were on fastball whiffs. No, exactly 50%. And then, like, again, a lot of balls, but I mean, starting pitchers do throw balls that way. But then, this is probably his best start because every fastball is up for the most part. And then every changeup is down. Like, they're all in a single line. If we put a line straight through this, like, almost every green changeup would hit, which is really good for a starting pitcher. Because that means you throw the fastball up here, and then when you throw it in the middle, they think, oh, it's a mistake fastball, and then it just drops on you. Perfect. And in fact, we're gonna look at that real soon. Mike Trout, one of the biggest at bats of the game. He struck out. I gotta find it. I think, yeah, right here. Yeah.
In the gap.
So, runner on second. Albert Suarez versus the GOAT, and he strikes out on the changeup. See, like, right there, he thinks, oh, it's a fastball. So he gears up for the fastball, and then it just drops, and he's like, oh, crap, I'm screwed. Just a beautiful pitch on the bottom inside third. A great pitch. What else do I have? And then the next inning, he strikes out Miguel Sano on a fastball.
Almost have a few pitchers on the IL.
And just, like, I don't know how that gets a whiff, but it did. Like, I guess they're just not expecting a high fastball. Now, he might get shelled. He might get absolutely shelled the next game because he's throwing in these high fastballs. But it is the A's, so I don't know. And so then, that was Mickey Moniak that struck out, and Miguel Sano again. He strikes out on the fastball. You can see here. Okay, not a high fastball. That was kind of a mistake pitch. You can see that McCann was setting up on the inside third of the plate, but Miguel Sano was just late on the fastball. And it's not even like 97. It's 94, which is major league average. And then the next inning, Logan O'Hoppe comes up expecting a fastball.
Albert here all of a sudden.
And he gets a changeup.
There's that changeup. It gets a swing and a miss.
I hope Albert Suarez keeps doing this because it's really fun as a baseball fan to get into this. We're going to look at the pitch chart real quick. Yeah, and then pitch type. He threw a lot more changeups in this game, and he also threw a lot more fastballs. 50 were fastballs. Then he threw the changeup, like only 3 curveballs. So I expect him to throw a little bit more curveballs in the Athletics game, I'm pretty sure, because they kind of like have a scouting report already, 2 games. But yeah, so what changed with Albert Suarez? Why is he doing so good? No more sinker sliders. That if we look in the first game, that's what got hit the most. John Jay, he singles on the sinker. Carlos Ahuje, I don't know. I've never heard this guy in my life, so maybe they say it in the broadcast. Let me take a deep dive into this. We'll cut this out.
Over to dig it out, and Asahe on his way.
Asahe. Okay, so Asahe, I was close. I wasn't really close. He doubled on a changeup, which was, we talked about, it was a decent pitch. Will Myers homered on a curveball, which he's throwing less of now. And then fastball, actually no, it wasn't a fastball. Ryan Schimpf, hit a single and a changeup. So it really just was not moving. His pitches were not moving enough. And there's no he threw 2 fastballs in the span of 4 batters. So there's a lot more fastball, a lot less off speed, and I think that's what's really helping him out. Most of his stuff doesn't catch the plate. If you look at probably his best game, if we look at the pitch chart, look at all these fastballs. They're all up here. They all miss. They all miss. All of his cutters. Actually, I wonder if these are to lefties. I think they might be. No, Miguel Sano's a righty. Zach Neto, I think, is a lefty. Joe Dell, Mike Trout. So most of his stuff is off of the plate, apart from what's in here. So that's good. I wanted to see, actually, can we see the ground out? So he's getting more ground outs and line drives than I think we would like. I mean, line drives we don't want, but so like I said earlier, what changed is that he was throwing fastballs right down the middle, or fastballs up high, and then when he throws a fastball down the middle, they're like, oh yeah, that's mine. But then it drops because it's a changeup. So what happens in the future with John Means and Kyle Bradish coming back? Keep starting him. I mean, like, if he's doing this good, why not just keep starting him? Have another certified ace on the team. We would have 4 aces. We would have the best pitching rotation in baseball. We would have Grayson, Corbin Burns, Bradish, and Albert Suarez. So, I mean, although I do think that since his 2 best pitches are fastball and change, I think that he would be a good reliever option when Means and Bradish get back. Maybe throw him in like a long reliever role. I think that would kind of work out, make him have the Mike Bauman role for us, or Keegan Aiken at this point. But I think Albert Suarez definitely deserves to be on the team if he can keep showing up, keep allowing 3 hits, 4 hits on 15 lifts, 5 strikeouts. 5 strikeouts isn't even a lot, but it gets the job done when he's only allowing 4 hits, 0 runs in 11 and a third innings. So yeah, that's why Albert Suarez is good. That's why. And that's the deep breakdown that I have for you guys. So thank you guys. Leave a like and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys later.